would like to call Gary Holder-Winfield to stand.
Good afternoon. Levon and I, when we were talking about setting this up, we decided that we didn't both want to speak here today. We thought that maybe we just let the speakers speak, but then after I left Levon, I thought to myself, somebody from the organization should say something. And so I kind of thought, well, I'll just tell Levon, I'll say a couple of words, and we'll see where that goes. Between the time that I talked to Levon about maybe speaking here and I talked to some, and we're standing here today, I talked to some other people, and these are people that would be people who you would generally say are people from my community, other black people. And when I talked to them about speaking on the Holocaust, a lot of them gave me very strange looks. You know, you don't generally think, when you think of remembrances of the Holocaust, people who look like me being the ones out there, and, at the front, talking about these things and bringing these issues to light. And so the more that I talked to people and the more that I got that type of response, the more I thought that maybe I should say some things at this presentation. It's curious to me that you get that type of response, considering that in some ways there are a lot of similarities between what happened to Jewish people and black people. And I think to some degree what you're experiencing there is a competition between who's the bigger victim sometimes. And I think that instead of focusing on the value of victimhood, perhaps we should focus a little more on the value of brotherhood and see what kind of human beings we could be. And if we had been focused on that at the time of this atrocity, we wouldn't be standing here today talking about this. So I think that's just something to remember. And so that brings me to what I think the point of being here to remember what happened during the Holocaust is. Because there's a lesson in everything that happens in history. And the lesson isn't just that we remember that 6 million Jews or whatever number that we believe there was. It's not that we remember that there were 6 million Jews, it's that we remember that there were 6 million human lives. And that people, just like us, other human beings, were able to operate outside of their humanity and extinguish those human lives. And so as we sit here today, and when we leave here today, I want us to remember that it is our humanity that will prevent this from ever happening again. A lot of the times, and in a lot of the research I've done on the Holocaust, there have been a lot of never again is what I've read. But I'm afraid that never again is just a saying and not a reality, because too many of us have forgotten what it is to be a human being. And once again, to draw similarities, I think there's something that I heard once before, and I'm sure many of us have heard it. It's a saying about the moral arc of the universe. It's that the moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends towards justice. I think that's a really wonderful saying, but I think it only has meaning if we consider the moral arc of the universe like a light. And we figure that the medium through which that moral arc bends is us. And so we be about the business of being better human beings. So as we leave here today, what I want you to realize is that humanity is what can prevent this from happening, and we are the people, as human beings, who can go forth and spread that message. Thank you.